it is with technology issues. We clearly think it was something going on with Instagram. But anyways, well, I'll let Kelly get ready. But welcome back to Jeff Lewis Obsessed, where we recap Jeff Lewis Live every night, usually an hour ago, but an hour and 17 minutes ago. But tonight is better. So we're glad this time works out better for everyone. Kelly, how are you feeling? Valerie wants to know.
Oh, my God. I am actually
right now,
in a lot of
just
pain.
Took your medicine?
Yes. No, it's just I feel like I have an ulcer. I looked it up, and they said burning in your upper stomach usually means, like, indigestion. So
you were going to call the doctor today, did you?
I'm here. No, because they said since I have an appointment on Friday, they said if it persists
tomorrow's Wednesday. Okay, that makes sense. Shout out, Chumpet. Thank you for being patient
really don't
with
like
us.
my fat
I hated that we were having technology issues. What an amazing show today. There was so much. I felt like Carnie Wilson and Zach Noe Towers were so good together.
Perfect. They are. I think that's going to be a new match.
Yeah, I felt like they really meshed. He does such a good job. Like, I felt like I wrote so many notes down because they each had so much to say. And, of course, Jeff had a lot to say, so.
Also, it felt like, again, well, we know they're off pause, but I felt like a different energy. There was more laughter. There wasn't that strain, that unhingedness that was there in the studio yesterday. It was just funny. Fun and funny.
Shout out, Chef Steve. We were having technical issues all night. We're talking about how today Jeff just sounded happier. He sounded less stressed. So it was so good that y'all are off pause. We're very excited.
And Jameson and Alyssa and Shane didn't seem so stressed because I felt like yesterday everybody was just like, ugh. Every time you said something, Jeff, they're like, oh, we don't know what to say. So it was just a really good, funny day today.
I used his today. I used it on eggs. I've told Chef Stu I'm not a really good cook, but, you know, I do make it on eggs. I do popcorn. I've done steak. Well, my husband made the steaks. Anyways, so good.
I like it on
I have made it on
salmon especially.
It was a fun show. If anyone has any fun Halloween ideas, you know what? I want to know what this sexy police costume looks like, Chef Stu. And why do you
Well,
own
it sounds like it's
why
a
do you
full
own a police costume?
Yeah, really. I think like the one I posted was like a sexy, funny one, but I think his is not an actual real one, but like pants and everything. I think he'd look awesome. You got to get the aviator glasses though too, right? And handcuffs.
Yeah. It's in your Instagram. Okay, we're definitely going to scroll your Instagram to find this costume. Can you model it for us, dear Lord? Well, let's get started with the recap today. Thank y'all for being so patient with us in technology. Starts off with Carnie saying she travels a lot. I wonder why this is her busiest month. Is it acting stuff?
You know what? I didn't understand that either. I know that she was talking about, I think she does a lot of auditions for voiceovers. Nights do. But I wouldn't think that you'd have to travel a lot. I wasn't sure what she meant by traveling a lot either.
Yeah.
So I was kind of confused.
Oh, that's sweet that you're rooting for him and Jeff. That's very sweet. He loves hearing that.
Sorry, getting something
lock Jeff in Doug's shed when he misbehaves. That'd be a lot of locking. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Jeff would get locked. Right. I feel like
he would never come out.
Exactly. But it sounds like she was traveling to Las Vegas and happened to be at the same B-52s that Heather McDonald was posting about.
Oh, okay. I know that Heather had her stand-up or her Juicy Scoop in Las Vegas. I didn't know she went to the B-52s
and I think she said something about that also. I was so nervous at the fact that her brand new iPhone was not working for like 10 hours. Was it 10 hours already? It was a long time.
She said, yeah. You know what? I've had so many issues with phones. And when you don't have it and you rely on it, I had just moved to Huntington Beach, and there was some sort of glitch, and I didn't have a phone for 2 weeks. And I used it to get around. I didn't know. Yes. And I couldn't use it. I couldn't use the maps, and I was lost. It was so stressful. And I actually was like in a bit of a depression, and I was talking to my therapist, and I said, I think it's because I don't have my phone, and I have absolutely no connection.
Absolutely. They've talked about this and done studies. There's absolutely what do you call it when you're addicted? An addiction, a cell phone addiction. I mean, if I don't have my phone, I feel like, oh my God, that's going to be the time that one of my kids need me. That's going to be the time my husband needs me. That's going to be the time. I don't work, so I don't really have that stress, but she does. And when you're a working actor like she is, she's got auditions coming in last minute. She's got, jobs that she's getting. So.
Right.
Yes.
Or just her daughter.
So stressful. And I love that, little Twinkie, Zach Noe Towers was just like, yeah, but when you realize you don't have your phone, you don't have to be connected to it, it's actually so freeing. She's like, yeah, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, she's not there yet. I thought Jeff was a little mean to Zach about the banana nut bread.
Well, I don't know if it was the bread necessarily. I think he was saying something about that, but he was basically saying, no, I used to be nice to you because my fans, my listeners were so mean to you. So he felt like he was being super nice and now that the listeners have kind of taken him under their wing and they like him. And there's a lot more comments under Jeff's Instagram that like he's growing on him. Yeah, we loved him from day one, but I just get him. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't understand. I think he is too. That comment about finding a twink behind the refrigerator. He's just quick. He's funny.
And he says stuff just under his breath. I love his giggle. I love funny.
His laugh. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying about.
Later in the show, he said something. They were talking about the size of the needle when they were talking about that, diabetes drug. And the caller was saying it's only an 8th.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. And he was like, oh, a size queen. And I'm like, oh my God, you're freaking hilarious.
He is. He's very funny. But Jeff was saying, he was like, yeah, Carnie, you taste the bread first because we don't know what it's going to taste like. And yeah, he was razzling him a little bit. And then what was funny is Zach said back to him when they were talking about his Elf on the Shelf costume. Zach said, what shelf could
And then he totally played it off because he was like, well, that's rude. He was like, no, all your muscles. Like, you're so strong. Okay. Muscles. Am I the only one that Googled Jeff Lewis Elf on the Shelf costume trying to find a picture on the internet?
No, it's in that video I posted from their Drink of Five. Remember the old Jeff Lewis video, Drink of Five, whatever, at Jeff Lewis Live, Halloween edition. Megan's dressed up.
Where is that? Is that on your grid? Your Instagram grid? Okay.
It's on my It's
How did I miss that? Oh my God, I'm dying now.
Yeah, but you can also go watch the video. It's still on
I need to find it though.
Too.
It was 2021 Halloween, right? No, 2020 Halloween. 2020? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what was with that neighbor note? I mean, I know it was a joke. It was creepy, though. All the stuff they were saying about him, the daily old man nap, he goes to bed before Jeopardy comes on.
Oh, that was so funny. That was funny. But you know what was crazy is I started watching that show, The Watcher. It's weird. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be campy, but that's taken directly from the show where somebody sends them a letter like that, and they're like, "You brought."
Oh, okay, that's so
it
good
really
to know.
Mimics. It's. I've only watched 2 episodes because I keep falling asleep. But he also said something like about Kian pretending he was not gay or something in the letter.
Questionably gay.
I can't remember what it was. Yes. And I did look up the address. What did we say it was? It was like
2341 North Flores Street in Los Angeles.
Right. So that didn't pull up anything, but 431 did.
Oh.
But that's still I don't know what that is because in the show The Watcher, it's the address is like 426.
Okay. And then didn't they say something under their breath about it being Andrew Freund's address?
Well,
yeah.
Someone said, whose address is that? And Jeff was going to say something that sounded like Alyssa was like, don't. and then all of a sudden they played. I'm calling the sheriff.
Yeah.
So that made that. Yeah. So it made it seem like that was Andrews.
I was running an errand with my daughter, and I heard the replay, and they did the Dougie Dahmer one. Did they do that one live at 11 also?
Yeah.
Or do they change up? They don't change up anything, right? The commercials, the reads, everything's the same, right?
No. Right.
Yeah.
I had Dougie Dahmer promo today too.
But that was funny though. I kind of like that Kian, because I'm assuming Kian is the one that's behind that kind of stuff. He may not have written it, but he might have written it also. But I love that he takes jabs at Jeff, and like Jeff's okay with it. I love it.
Oh yeah, and like I said, I thought today's video was so funny just because it threw Shane under the bus. Because in the actual taping, Alyssa goes, "Don't worry, nobody's going to see this. Nobody's taping it," and they were. So I thought it was really funny, and that Shane was willing to throw himself under the bus.
So
he turned
cute.
Bright red.
So cute.
Did you see how
but
red
like we said, it was weird that the green room was right there that they could see. Like, that would be so distracting, especially for someone like Jeff and like me, who's like so easily distracted. If somebody's walking by, I'm going to be like, you know.
And Shane. Yeah, and Shane, if it's somebody cute, he's going to always be distracted.
He doesn't share all the videos, but he shared the video today. And he was like something like, "Why am I so embarrassing?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, you're so stinking cute." And then I think when I shared it, I said something about like cute boys are distracting or something like that.
Yeah, he is definitely distracted by cute boys.
And now he lives right above or right walking distance of High Top. So,
yeah,
absolutely.
He can look out his window and see him all the time.
Jeff and Carnie's food issues. They really have issues with, like, if you got to throw your food away and then like shake it down. I guess if I want to eat something, I usually don't throw it away. I'm either all or nothing. Yeah. I'm not eating a half a cupcake and throwing half of it away. I'm all in, or I'm just not eating it at all.
Yeah, I've done that too, where I've had to destroy stuff so I don't eat it again. But yeah, I think that I think Carnie has whatever her issue is. She constantly thinks about food. It's an addiction. And I feel like Jeff's kind of on that realm too. I think anything that he can put in his mouth, he's addicted to. I wish Chef
Stu was still on you when you said that.
He's orally fixated.
Anything you can put in your mouth. Oh my God, I'm dying. Oh my gosh. Okay, speaking of, sort of, he was talking about how he wants to lose 10 pounds before he films again. But he did not officially announce. But
yes, he threw that out there.
And say it. You got season 2 of Hollywood Houselift. Come on.
Well, I'm sure they're working out negotiations, and he's probably not supposed to say anything yet. But I did hear that, and I was like, okay, well, that's confirmation.
Well, and it seems like whenever they did episode 1 last time, it seems like it was right around Halloween-ish. There was pumpkins out, so this is the kind of season that they would have started filming. So, but he wants to lose 10 pounds. Does he need to lose 10 pounds? He's 193.8.
No, because then he's going to be 183, and I think that would be too thin.
Of course, now he's got this stylish Julie. How do you think Julie feels that do you think he runs this by people, or if people just know that he's just going to, anything you share with me could be public knowledge on the radio?
I don't think people remember that, and they don't think about that when they're talking to him. I think that Julie, I think we met her at the launch party. She was the stylist walking as she's the one I'm thinking of. I follow her. She has blonde hair, and she was wearing bell bottoms, real pretty. And she was following them around, especially when Megan came out. She was right behind Megan. But I think that's her. If that's her, she was already thin. So I don't see why she would have to lose any more. Yeah. But you know how people are.
For sure. All the side effects are kind of alarming to me. Obviously, Jeff doesn't care about the price, but he does not need any more side effects. For shit's sake. He's about to have back surgery. He hasn't even said exactly when he's having the back surgery, though, has he?
No, he has not brought that back up. And like Alyssa said, what I've heard about the medication, the reason that people lose weight is because they're so nauseous, they don't want to eat. So yeah, do you lose weight, but you're miserable because this is what I found out. I've been at points in my life where I don't know why, but I couldn't eat and I was very nauseous. You still get hungry. You still have like hunger pains, but you don't want to eat because it's going to make you sick. So you still have all those feelings.
God.
You just don't
Shane
eat.
is worried about shit. If you're going to be hangry as hell, I don't want to be dealing with that bullshit. And he's like, oh no, God. You'll remind me to eat small meals. But when Andrew Cohen and John Hill were talking about this a couple of months ago, they kind of had the same callers. Some said they had no problem. Some said they take Zofran to help with the nausea. And some pretty much said, look, it's a chore. I have to force myself to eat 400 calories a day. That's insane. You can't even function on 400 calories a day.
Well, like Shane said, how do you not get a headache? If I don't eat, I can't move. Like, I've never been able to be a successful anorexic, and I'm not joking. I'm just saying that's never been my issue. Like, I have to eat. I get migraines. I don't feel good. I feel like I can't function. So, and would you go to a nice restaurant?
I actually love sauteed spinach, so probably would order.
So do I.
That's filled with oil and all this good stuff. But I would just think as much as Jeff goes out to dinner and stuff, I don't think he would have a problem not eating because he'd be fine with that. The alcohol. But I mean, how drunk are you going to be if you're eating, less than 1,000 calories a day and you're 6'1"?
Right. What was that one medication Carrie was on that she lost some weight on and it made her get drunk really quick?
No.
Remember? No, it had a different name. I want to say it had an S, and it was a pill.
And then Alyssa did something.
Alyssa did, she did Optavia, which is just that food program.
Yeah.
Prepackaged food. I did it too, good. And I couldn't do it. I could not get past the taste. The food was horrible. And then what ended up happening is you're supposed to eat 5 of those a day. Well, I would only eat 1 because the food was so disgusting. And so it wasn't working. I actually think
everyone has pros and cons about the Nutrisystem thing. And I tried that because Chef Stu was, he's a ambassador for it or whatever it's called, and does cute commercials. But I actually tried it because I don't like to cook and I eat differently than my kids and husband.
Yeah.
I try to eat healthier. So it was easy for me to buy this 1-person package, meals and stuff. So I like it though. Yeah. As far as the flavor goes.
Yeah.
Okay. The Halloween costumes. I think now that he said they're off pause, they went to dinner together last night. He didn't really give much more details than that. So I feel like, they could get married in a week. Like, I feel like things can go so extreme with them. Like, it can sound so good. And then the next day it's like, holy shit, you're on pause. Yes. Like, what happened?
Like Zach said, he said, well, Halloween's not till Monday. And that is like 8 days away. You've got time
and even Shane was like, just start a fight with him on Sunday. Shane probably knows, huh? Yeah. But Carnie seems like she really is rooting for them and wants them to stay together, and she wants them to be Dumb and Dumber. But I'm kind of with Jeff now on this. I think if you're so hot and sexy, why do you want to look ugly on Halloween? Why would they want to look like nerds or dorks?
Because they're in a relationship. It's not like they're trying to attract anybody else, so you're making the sacrifice to be funky with your partner. But my thing is that you're famous and you probably have a few parties to go to. Halloween's Monday night, but Friday and Saturday night are really big nights in West Hollywood of Halloween-y stuff. So they could wear both.
Yeah, and clearly we know that Jeff doesn't care about money. So even though he talks about these are really expensive, nice costumes for Dumb and Dumber,
I don't think they should get rid of them. I think that they need to still wear them. And just,
I'm just
on
not
a different
sold
occasion.
on it. I kind of don't want them to be Dumb and Dumber because they're so dorky.
I would love it. I would love to see it. I hope they post a picture.
For the costume, especially if it's super sexy. Stu said it is on his Instagram grid, so I'm totally going to scroll. as soon as we finish our live. The one you posted is a great option.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was so twinky. I put in sexy man cop outfit and it pulled up like some gay website for dating. I was like, oh, okay, well here. Perfect.
I do love that though, but yeah, I think hot people shouldn't make themselves look ugly on Halloween. I'm sort of going with the. Oh my God, that's just perfect. Stu should be a hot 70s tennis pro with the short shorts like John McEnroe.
Yes, with a throw and the
sweatbands on the but like I'm thinking like a baby blue, that baby bluish shorts and like a white very tight. Oh, I love that idea. Somebody that idea. I think that's great.
Yes.
So Zach and his married boyfriend broke up. But he's talked about him for a while. So apparently the married guy was in an open relationship. So it wasn't anything crazy. And they kind of saw each other maybe twice a week. But it sounds like that guy, that marriage is wanting kids. And Zach was like, I'm out.
I just don't understand how that works. I mean, I whether you're gay or not gay, how you have an open marriage, I don't see what the point of that is. I've known people that have done that. And they ended up getting divorced later on. I just don't. What's the purpose? Like, financially, you want to stay together? I just don't understand.
But then again, married or not, I don't see the point of being in a relationship that's open. Like, it seems like don't be in a defined relationship. Just be dating or whatever. I don't know. At some point, though, if you're doing it for like a year or two, it becomes a relationship. I think all these other people become like side pieces. And then they're the main piece.
Right.
I don't know.
I just couldn't do that. It's just not my cup of tea. I wouldn't. No.
Yeah. One thing that I caught today, and I haven't listened to it yet, Juicy Scoop this week, because it's like an hour 15. It's kind of hard to. That's a long time. Was it an hour 15? I think so. Anyways, but I guess Heather is talking about marriages that have either a second house. Isn't there someone famous that recently talked about he and his wife have a house next door to each other?
I don't know about that, but I know of couples
I've heard
that have
of that. Not very common. More when I guess if somebody has empty nesters, maybe they have an empty room all of a sudden. But she was full on talking about an extra house. And if you have that for your marriage, I was like, oh my gosh, like, wow, this is a thing. Like, I guess extra house or extra bedroom.
Right. I mean, for myself in the future, I'll never get married. That's just not my thing. It never has been. But I could see myself being in a relationship with somebody, and I have my house. Is that what they're talking about? That Courtney
and Travis still have two homes? That's probably why she was talking about it.
I feel like they. Yeah, but I think that maybe they do, and that might be kids, more because of family stuff.
Is that why?
Yeah, I would think so. Oh, Camille sent us the costume picture. Oh,
good. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Zach is 37 years old, but he actually looks super young. He says it's because he doesn't drink. He doesn't put drugs in his body. So, yeah.
Right. He said for 7 years. Yeah. I mean, you really see people age when they're out there doing stuff. The costume looks sexy.
Bloody makeup. Like he's a bloody cop?
Too.
Like a beat up. A what?
A vampire cop?
A beat up
vampire cop?
I don't know. Now I'm intrigued.
I just don't like beat up cop. It makes me think of I'm going to beat off that cop. That's why I was like, my brain was like,
oh my gosh. What do you think of Halloween Ends? Have you seen that? He ripped it apart. I hope he's not friends. He is friends with Kyle, but he ripped that damn movie apart.
I'm a horror whore. I love all horror movies. I do not like the Halloweens. I don't like the Jasons. I think they're stupid and silly, and they aren't worth my intelligence. So I feel like they put those movies out back to back, so I could see that it wouldn't be very good. I mean, how many times can you tell that fucking story?
How many is it even on? I don't even know how many they've done. They kind of said that Kyle's part seemed kind of fake.
written in.
That was probably the drawing point, right? To have her back with, yeah.
And Jamie Lee Curtis.
What else? Oh, the Netflix scam that he almost got scammed.
You know what? They, like Alyssa said, they are so
legit
fucking
looking.
Sneaky now. I told you just 2 weeks. Like, I've gotten ones from Apple. They have the logo and all that stuff. Amazon, they have the Amazon logo. Like I told you with the post office, I got 5. And finally I was like, okay. And then they stole my shit. They have to do, something has to be done to protect consumers. Because you shouldn't be able to grab somebody's logo like that and send that. I just feel like there's just...
I was kind of surprised, though. If I were to guess, I would... Because she said it was someone in the room. I was thinking it was going to be... I was thinking it was going to be Jameson that's fallen for it, not Alyssa.
I like she said, she's busy and she's like, all right, I have to do this. Boom.
But it's not the same one that you had where they were saying you had a package and it was like $2 and you kept getting it. That's exactly what she was like. I was like, well, I've got packages that need to be delivered, so I'm just going to put in this $2. Yeah.
Exactly. And I even asked Tyler, I said, do you have a package coming? And she's like, no, Mom. But then I was like, after the 5th one, I was like, well,
damn
maybe.
Scammers. I did understand Jeff's thing, though, because if you have different credit cards attached to auto pay things, I don't personally know which credit card I use for 10. What, because, so that made sense to me that he had just recently been scammed, so he had to shut down one of the cards, and then now Netflix was saying, oh, this isn't working, we need to put in your card and info again.
They probably even know that. They probably even know when you get a new
I never even thought about
they're
that.
So sneaky.
Damn fucking scammers.
They're so evil.
Anything else from today? I feel like it was such a good show, but now I'm all rattled that technology was giving us in problem. Why do you think this cake in our place banished him? Wow, because he shit talked him after getting a cake from them?
That's what I didn't understand. Did they ban
I think Shane went to go buy a cake, and they were like, we don't have anything. And they were like, what do you mean you're out of cake? And they looked at his name, like his signature, and was like, oh, no, there's no cake for you.
So I thought it was because he worked for Jeff, and Jeff shaded them. I think it was Shane that shaded them?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think they were like, no, we don't want your business.
And Hanson's, I've even heard of Hanson's cakes because the Kardashians made them famous. Like, they've always said that that's where she's always gotten her kids' birthday cakes, and, they make really cute ones.
I'm curious. I would love to try what Jameson said, vanilla with sprinkles.
I do think Jeff seemed happy today. Kelly and I were talking about that. Somebody, at least 1 or 2 people DM me, and they just felt like he sounded better.
He sounds relieved. Where I don't feel like I'm hearing that stress and that anxiety and fear in him.
Oh my God! And the phone calls were so different. Yesterday's phone calls, I felt like he was like holding his breath, like, "Oh my God! If you ask me a Chef Stew question, I don't know what I'm going to say." And then today, I think he knew all the phone calls were going to be about dieting and weight loss, so he was so intrigued.
Yeah. Yes. And
some doctor in New York City.
Oh,
yes, it is Monroe's birthday. Shout out. Yeah, we said that in the beginning, but we've had about 17 different starts to the live because of technology issues on Instagram's part.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Monroe.
Yes.
So now she's 6, right? Miss Monroe is 6.
And where do you think they're at dinner at right now? I think they're at Tower Bar.
Well, she knows the name, and she knew the name of the hostess. Maitre d'. So is that
the Maitre d', which means it's a probably way more expensive place. Yeah.
I think it was Tower Bar because I think she.
And that's where they went. Is that where they went for the back to school birthday? I mean, the back to school night. Oh, somebody thought Larson's
with Gage.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Where did they go for the back to school night? Because it was just her and Jeff. Daddy Jeff and Daddy Gage. I felt like it was, but I don't really know.
Too, but I don't know.
I sort of love that he didn't say where it was at and he didn't say a time. Like, let this be.
Yeah.
Obviously, no to Tower Bar. Obviously with Gage would not be happy if, they could be recognized, but if like fans came up, that would be a big no. Lots of talk about the whole diabetes thing. I guess we could talk about that forever, but I'm not into needling myself once a month, but I'm also not going to beg for some damn coupon. And I feel like you would get addicted to that medicine, or not addicted to it, but the weight loss. And then that you would lose the coupon. Then it would go to $1,000 a month.
And then they know they have you. So then you're like, well, fuck, I had success with that. So I'm going to figure out a way to do it.
We just need Jeff to give us a little more information about him and Chef Stu, and tell us when season 2 is filming.
Yes, absolutely. We're ready. We need
Tonight was the first time I've gone to the gym since before BravoCon, because I've been sick. So tired of being sick.
Oh, wow. Where could you tell that you were tired?
Did the live start later today? Yes. I think Instagram was having issues. We couldn't duplicate the problem, but Kelly and I got on fine, but then we had like very few people on, and we're like, what the hell's going on? So then we duplicated it on my iPad, and it was just going around in circles. So I guess Instagram was having technology issues. So finally we tried again, and it worked. So
I know. You're like, should we try one more time? And I was like, sure.
You want to talk music, and then we'll wrap things up?
Yes, we had Black with 808. I remember that song. It's funny because Jeff, he's a few years older than I am, but around the same music taste. And then Funky Cold Medina.
I just felt like the music was just fun.
Sorry, I'm burping.
And
Oh, yeah. Flashbacks, all good times. Everybody's feeling good. Everybody's off pause for tonight.
I did love all the joking, though, because, it's so true. A week is a long time away, but
that's why I always say no one really knows what goes on in their relationship except those two, because it's always up and down. And you could, thank you. I feel kind of better, but you just never know what's going on with those two.
Well, Stu got on tonight, so he did tell us where to find this costume. So, So for those that don't know, he was saying that the past police, he's calling it a cop, but the cop costume he has is on his Instagram grid. So then somebody says he has blood coming on his face or something, but
Camille's made it sound like he was a dead zombie cop. So I think that's
zombie
what it was.
Cop. That's interesting.
Yeah.
No, I think he should just be a hot cop, even like a New York City cop, like a tight with a little.
No, I think just.
Yeah.
Yes, and the glasses.
I'm all getting worked up now. And then what should Jeff be?
I think he's great as an army guy. I don't know what to call that other than army guy, with the fatigues, a tight black shirt, combat boots, the dog tags, and even maybe the aviator glasses again.
Yeah.
I think hot.
I'm all for them being hot. I'm anti Dumb and Dumber. Now that Jeff brought it up, I've got it in my mind. I want them to be hot for all the Halloween costumes.
I still want to see Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, somebody said, I think that Jeff is, that Stu is the nicest guy that Jeff has been with. Oh, he can be the prisoner. I kind of like that too. Maybe that would get Jeff into handcuffs, and he's never been in handcuffs before. Because
Oh, that's right. High Tops 2022.
I know. I love that account name. Is that for Is High Tops a chain, or is it only in West Hollywood? Oh, okay.
I think it's only in West Hollywood.
Is that what your account name is for? I love that. If so. Do you go to High Tops?
Yeah, that's cute.
You see Shane? We have so many questions for this account.
Yeah, Shane.
Okay, well, thank y'all for joining us. We are going to wrap it up. Hopefully there won't be any more technology issues. My light has already, I think the battery went out in it because we already tried so many times. We will. Yeah.
Thanks for sticking with us.
We will see y'all tomorrow night, 6:00. The elf. I've got to find this elf thing. You've got to send that to me again.